Versace driveway, looking like money back, 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 woo, money back, money back, money back. With me pretty too, they look like bridesmaids, and they all gang, so don't be talking sideways, sideways, sideways.
Thank you, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Oakland, California. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Minnesota Vikings and the Oakland Raiders. Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Now the first carry for Dalvin Cook. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. On 2nd down, Cook. He takes this for 3 to the 29.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
This defense looking for an early stop. This is 3rd down and 6. Working out of the gun, Cousins. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. First down, here's the run with Cook. And he puts his head down and gets up to the 42 for a gain of about 6.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44.
What an advantage having an elite guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. They'll run it. Here's Cook. And able to pick up the first across midfield to the 47. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues. Defense had a chance to get off the field here on the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important 3rd down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
And he's got this down to the 35. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs. On 1st and 10, Cousins finding his safety valve here. That's complete. So he got free of one tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. Give him 2 yards on that play, and it'll make it 2nd down. From the gun, here's Cousins. And Rudolph has it left side. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. Cousins to his tight end Rudolph for a Viking first down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
No gain on the play. It'll be second down. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter one.
Yellow.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Boy, shifts past him. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. They get 9 yards back on the run there, and they're left with a much more makeable 3rd and 2. How about this opening drive? Play number 12 now. This is 3rd down. They'll run it now out of the gun. Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1.
I apologize in advance, partner, but the beefeaters on the interior of this D-line, you just know they were licking their chops on 3rd and short. And yes, they were rewarded with a tasty dish, stuffing that one short of a first down.
Well, we got beefeaters licking their chops and tasty dish in one fell swoop.
I did apologize in advance, didn't I?
Yeah, you did. That line's not eating tofu, I'll tell you that much for free. So they get 3, certainly hoping for 6 after a 13-play drive.
So you console yourself on defense by saying you did your job, right? If they go 13 plays and only give up a field goal, you did a nice job there. But here's the other part. 13 plays, you don't force any mistakes, you don't take the ball away. Maybe that's the way they should look at it.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. Tackle made by Eric Kendricks.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Here's Rudolph now on 2nd down. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. Give him 3 on the play, and that'll make it 3rd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Detroit! Detroit!
From the gun on 3rd down, it's Rudolph. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and it'll be 4th down. So on 4th down, here's Johnny Townsend to punt it. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. Oh, he's going to go ahead and field it from the 3-yard line. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. And now out comes Minnesota. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point
kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him in contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him in contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about
that.
Super toe.
A really good pickup of 28 yards. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 49-yard line. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
Nice little nifty play for him there. Yeah, that's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backs out of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got everybody oh, he just snuck out there, and they just got a nice first down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice pickup on first down. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
On 2nd down, Cousins again. Throw left side on target to Thielen. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Thielen with his first catch, and it's a 1st down.
All right, now here we go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get nothing there. Stopped right at the line as that will wind us down.
Let's go.
Play action now. Cousins under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
Cousins with work to do after the sack as he brings his guys up on a 3rd and long. To throw, Cousins flushed out right. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. Call it a 3-yard gain, and that's going to make it 4th down. So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. From the right hash, it's a 35-yard attempt. And Bailey able to knock it through. And that will double their lead as it's up to 6. So scores on their first 2 possessions, but 6-0, so field goal is probably not what they were hoping for.
Now, you're exactly right about that. Not what they were hoping for, but they should be happy that they have points on the board. It almost feels like that old slow and steady wins the race, doesn't it? In this case, though, they want to be slow and steady now, but get explosive later and put the points up on the board.
And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. On 2nd down, here's Rudolph. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
They'll try to run for it with Brown. So he fought off the tackle, and that effort gives him the first before he's brought down. He needed a yard. That's what he got, and it's going to earn him a new set of downs. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now they'll run it on the toss, and he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Gone!
Check 83, ball going to 83.
Watch him now, Barney!
Rudolph throwing on second down. He's going deep for Brown. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
It's never a bad idea to try and get it to Antonio Brown, but there must be a little bit of the Madden curse going on for our cover athlete here. Hasn't been able to get that elite separation that we're used to seeing from him.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down.
Now let's go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Rudolph looking to throw it. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains.
Leopard. Leopard.
On first down, Rudolph. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly.
Gun, gun. Gun, gun. Gun, gun. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky.
Again, it's Rudolph. Caught by Nelson left side. They give him a gain of 38.
As we continue to advance in the NFL, as people continue to scout players, they really don't care as much about body types as they care about those guys who can make people miss, run through tackles, and gain all that additional run after catch. Anybody who has that ability, they want them on their team.
From the red zone now, Rudolph. That escapes the sand. But he can't get away forever, and down he goes. Daniil Hunter. He's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here.
Here we go now. 3-19. 3-19.
From the gun, here's Rudolph. In the middle of the field, he's got Nelson. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to third down. Two minutes remain here in the first half. We'll come back to Oakland after this. The Raiders on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4.
Gun, gun. Gun, gun. All right, here we go. 3-19. 3-19.
Now Rudolph. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
This defense not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
A dozen plays on that drive that ends with the field goal.
Let's go ahead and break out some of the old chestnuts here, right, partner? Keep the ball in front, rally to it, and make the tackle, right? No big plays given up, no balls over your head. Bend, don't break.
Hold on. Chestnuts?
You like
Come
that
on.
one?
What does that mean, break out? That just because you break chestnuts?
I'm not sure about that, but I'm just going with why they said that. I have no idea.
A second quarter score, meanwhile, down in Arizona. And early on, the driver's seat belongs to the Seahawks. And we'll keep you abreast of how that one shakes out.
Yellow, yellow, yellow.
They go play action here on first down. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Vontaze Burfict.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And little room to maneuver there. He gets it down to about the 39. It's Xavier Rhodes there in on the stop.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Now it's Rudolph. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he gets it down to the 32. The reception good for 7. It's third down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
On third and short, they'll try option left. And now running right through it. He loses 4, and it brings up 4th.
Well, that's just running the ball 101 because too much east-west, not enough north-south. Got to get upfield, don't you?
They just kept stringing him out before he knew it. He'd hit the sideline. The kick by Carlson is good. And that will knock things up here late in the first half. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. And last time, one-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a one-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
After the incompletion, they'll try once more from the 20-yard line on 2nd and 10. To throw is Cousins. Looking for Diggs, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Brandon Marshall. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. That late in the clock, second quarter, why not just run it a time or two and get it into the locker room?
What you're saying makes absolutely perfect sense. Run it and get out of there. But I'm just wondering if the pressure of today's NFL and the high-powered offenses that you're facing may have forced them into saying, let's try and get some more points.
Hurry up, here we go. Green 39, green 39.
After the interception, here's Rudolph. Escaping, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack.
Now let's go. Blue 90. Blue 90. Gun, gun. Gun, gun. Watch it now, Barney. Barney.
Shotgun snap for Rudolph. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down. The Raiders on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 10.
Detroit! Now let's go! 3-19! 3-19! Detroit! Detroit! Gun, gun! Gun, gun!
Back to throw, Rudolph. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock. So now here comes the field goal team for the 3rd time today. This officially a 55-yard attempt. And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice, an ambitious effort, but it's well short. And this game will remain tied here in quarter number 2.
And this is one of the risks you run when you attempt a long field goal. If you miss, the defense takes over at the spot of the placement. So now they've got a chance to get one more drive in before halftime.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10. They start the drive with Cook. And he's going to be taken down here as that will lead us to the end of the first half of play. We now proceed to the start of the second half. So we have reached halftime here with not much scoring between these two teams. 6-6 our score. And he's going to take this all the way down inside the 40.
Well, that return gives them a golden opportunity to go out in front. How will the defense respond after giving up that type of a return?
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Detroit! 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 Gone! 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 Gone!
Now Rudolph on 1st down. And he got blown up, losing yardage on the play back at the 44. So a loss of 5, and it'll be 2nd down. So they had the big loss on that 1st down pass play and facing a 2nd and long.
Here we go now. Green 30.
Out of the gun, Rudolph. Over the middle, complete. It's Nelson. And he gets it down to the 32. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route.
Detroit! Detroit!
Rudolph on 3rd down. It's complete to Brown, right side. And he gets the 1st down here as he's taken down at the 24. That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a 1st down there.
Hurry up, here we go. 319. 319.
On 1st and 10, Rudolph. Got him in. It's Brown. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. A good pickup there of 20 yards. Might we see our first touchdown of the game? Here's 1st and goal. Oh, how about this on 1st and goal? And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
They'll try and punch it in with Crowell. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
It's a quarterback sneak. And he stopped immediately there. Officially no gain on the sneak. Kind of a wasted play there, and now it's 3rd down.
I know they didn't get it, but I kind of like the call. 2nd and inches, go right to the quarterback sneak. Normally, that should be executed better, shouldn't it?
I'm going to disagree with you. I don't like the call. If
you don't like that?
That's just because they didn't get it, though.
Oh, okay.
Hindsight's 20/20.
2020 and never defeated.
Can this Vikings D hold up one more time? 3rd and goal. Oh, how about this call down near the goal line? And he's in. Touchdown, Raiders. As his guys are in for 6, and the Raiders are able to cash in for 6. Well, they had their chances in the first half, you remember, but had to settle for 2 field goals. This time they come away with 6.
I think they actually got affirmation about what they were doing by getting a touchdown because the field goals means they got in range. but couldn't quite finish it off. This time, they broke through, and that's great for the old confidence.
And on the sideline, difference of a feeling between 3 and 6, is it astronomical or no?
It can be at times, that's for sure. A lot of times the field goal feels like a disappointment. The touchdown, well, that tells you you're getting it done.
It's the Vikings' turn on offense. We get ready for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half.
And the Raiders have got him. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you, because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up? And now a fumble. The ball's out. And this is going to get out of bounds, so they will gain a bit of yardage on the play, actually, and they'll hold on to the football as well.
Now, I have to admit, partner, that I've often thought that I don't like this rule, where the offensive player fumbles the ball, it goes out of bounds, and they get to keep it.
That's just because you're a defensive guy. That's why you don't like it.
Yeah, you're right. It is a slanted view, isn't it?
But this is where, for the offense, and he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off at the 49. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now they'll run it on the toss. And not much running room. Down to the 32. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. Finding room to the 20. All told, it's an even 30 and a first down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
All right, now look at 56.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Now it looks like we've got a Raider here, slow to get up. We'll take a break and get a report from Oakland after this. Second and goal, one man in the backfield, that's Crowell. He's going to get it running right. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is a time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
His pass caught at the 4. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. They're able to hold him to 3 there, and that leads to a 4th and goal. Carlson able to put this one through. And that one makes this a 10-point game at 16-6. So 3 field goals that he's hit now. This last one helps him stretch out the lead.
He's been solid, hasn't he? And he lives up to the adage that every offensive coach has ever said to us. We want to end every possession with a kick, right? For them, it's either extra point, field goal, or at worst, a punt. In this case, it's been 3s.
Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And he'll find Thielen on the right side. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. That catch good for 5. It's third down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
Wide. Hey, receiver.
Third and short yardage. Cousins. And down he goes. Brought down a Raiders sack. And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
The Raiders offense now making their way back out onto the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But also have to remember, they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
This is complete to Curtis Samuel. And it's a fumble. And this belongs to the Vikings. Well, he did what he's known for. He made the catch, then he turned into a runner, took the contact, and coughed it up.
And all I remember as a player, when they catch the ball, when those acrobatic guys catch it, you have to make them pay sometimes. You have to put it on them, big tackle, knock the ball free. Anything you can do to slow them down.
Now Cousins. Space to run past the 20. Wide open receiver complete. Back now in the East Bay. Cousins now hitting on 2/3 of his passes, 10 for 15 so far. First and 10. On play action, Cousins. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. A solid pickup of 13 sets him up first and goal.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with the football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
Nothing on first down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, second and goal. From the gun, here's Cousins. And he can't hang on. That's definitely going to be one he wishes he had back. Incomplete in the end zone.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is.
And Rudolph has got it. The big tight end for a Viking touchdown. Kyle Rudolph. His first touchdown on the year. And the Vikings have made this now a one-score game. Bailey now to kick this one away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Now the Raiders offense, they get set to head back on the field. Now, Charles, of course, you got to remember, last possession they fumbled. It led to a touchdown. One-score game here. Got to be careful.
And this is where coaching and training really comes into play, doesn't it? What does everyone say after an error? Next play, move on, next drive. That mantra has to come to the front. They've got to take care of business right here and act like the last series just didn't happen.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Well, once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Second and 10, Rudolph again. And an alley. Now the ball comes loose. And this belongs to the Vikings. Now it looks like we've got a Raider here, slow to get up. We'll take a break and get a report from Oakland after this. We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. Cousins now after the fumble recovery. He's going to go for a big play. And this is going to be intercepted. Able to get there and pick it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
A first throw for the backup Osweiler. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field, and got his man complete. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. That's on the big guard, Gabe Jackson. Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty.
Set! Blue 90! Blue 90! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Detroit! Detroit!
From the shotgun, Osweiler. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. Everson Griffin able to drop him for a loss of a couple. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long.
All right, here we go. Green 39! Green 39! Gun, gun! Gun, gun!
And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the Vikings, they'll be set up well as they take over in great field position. 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. A really nice gain of 25 yards. Now a play fake here on 1st down. And nearly another interception. They've been around the ball all game.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. Cousins. Flush to his right. And now here is another interception. Picked off at the 22. He's at the 40. Past the 20. 10. And the Raiders are in for 6. Touchdown. Carlson on for the PAT. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. The Vikings offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And following the pick six, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told him, and they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
Again from the 20 after the incompletion. Here's 2nd and 10. A second down throw for Cousins. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. That's number 4. Sack number 4. They had 4 last week, so he's been down on the ground a lot.
Partner, they say the eye in the sky does not lie. And that's indeed the case because they watched the game tape from the previous week, incorporated it into their own defensive scheme, and continued to get after this quarterback.
And now this defense will be searching for sack number 5. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And this one will go to the 28-yard line.
Boy, they had a lot of real estate to make up there, but what a big-time play for them. Nice completion, excellent game. Now they're in 4th and manageable.
Just a little short, though, with that marker. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And he's got Kyle Rudolph. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They felt compelled to go for it, and they got it.
Well, I'd look down at my play sheet, and what I would find, plays have been successful throughout the game. They've worked at the distance you need, and that's exactly what they got done.
Throwing for his running back, and he's got it complete. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. Time for a break. We'll come back and see this one out after this. That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's 2nd and 11. Here's Cousins. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by Carl Joseph. And a terrific return as he takes this thing all the way down near the 20-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
Now a nice play defensively on 1st down as this is knocked away and incomplete. So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. He's to the 10. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. A great play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Raiders take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. And now out comes Minnesota. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time. But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. Play fake. Cousins. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. To throw, Cousins. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back at the 2.
Well, these guys want to do something positive as this game approaches its end, but after giving up back-to-back sacks, it's really been more indicative of how the game has gone for them.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. Throwing, Cousins. And they're going to sack him yet again. The pass rush has been relentless. This time, it yields a safety. Well, this defense has been smothering all game long. Why not give them 2 more points here in the closing minutes?
Well, they've certainly earned it. They've gotten the better of this offensive line for 4 quarters, and this sack here will just be a little icing on the cake.
And now Oakland ready to take the field. They have the dream scenario you hope for coming into the game. Just one kneel here, and this game should be over.
And it's always the final play of preparation each week. The practicing of the kneel-down formation, the victory formation. We've got a game in hand, and that's all they're going to want to do now. They'll put someone back deep just in case something goes haywire. But all in all, take the snap, kneel down, and shake hands.
Here
yes,
we go now.
get out of there.
Blue 90.
Right there in the middle, 55.
Hot.
Defense still with 3 timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them here as the kneel down comes. And Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
So for the Raiders, they move a step closer to 500 as their record improves to 2-3. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Detroit Lions. Meanwhile, for the Vikings, the calendar change to October didn't help as they dropped to 0-5 on the year. And they will get a home date next week against the Los Angeles Chargers.